Okay, welcome back to my channel. This is the second part of simple present tense, okay? Spelling of S. What does that mean, spelling of S? Because S can be written as three different forms, okay? One is S, normal S. Second is AS, ES. And the third one is IES, okay? When does a sentence take S, ES or IES? Okay, now we will learn when does it take these S, okay? A normal verb take these three forms. We use S after pass, okay? Pass, passes, pass, passes. So with double S we use ES, pass, passes. Finish, finish, finishes. Finish, finishes. Watch, watches. Watch, watches. Do, does. Do, does. Okay, so what we do here, we look at the last consonants, okay? Here there is double S, here there is SH, here there is CH, and there is here O. So we use here S, extra S, ES. It is read is, okay? It is read is, finishes, watches, does. So also go, goes. And now we have come to IES. Example, fly. Okay. If there is Y at the beginning, if there is Y at the beginning of a verb, and before Y, if there is a consonant, like L here, consonant, if there is a consonant before Y, we don't use normal S or ES, we use IES, and we omit Y here, okay? First we omit Y here, we don't use Y here. Instead we use IES, like this, flies, okay? Fly, flies, fly, flies. Try, let's give another verb, try, okay? Try. So let's check it up. There is Y here, okay? There is Y. So before Y, we look, there is consonant. If there is a consonant, we omit, we put Y out, okay? We don't use Y. We use T, R, and now IES, okay? Tries. He tries. I try. And there is a have, there is have. Irregular, okay? Have is an irregular verb, so it doesn't take these endings, but the form changes, okay? We omit V and E here, okay? Have transforms into has. For example, I have a car, but he has a car, okay? I have a car, but he has a car, okay? So V and E omitted here, okay? We omit V and E and put S instead, okay? Have transforms into has. Have, has. Okay, let's continue with some other examples. I like big cities. I like big cities. Your English is good. You speak very well. Your English is good. You speak very well. Tom works very hard. Tom works very hard. He starts at 8 and finishes, look here, finishes. He finishes at 9 o'clock in the evening. Okay, let's repeat after me. Tom works very hard. He starts at 8 in the morning and finishes at 9 o'clock in the evening. The earth, the world means the earth, goes around the sun. The earth goes around the sun. Goes. Look here. Go. Goes. For example, I go home now. I go home, but the world, the earth, goes around the sun. We do a lot of different things in our free time. We do a lot of free things, a lot of different things in our free time. He does his homework in the evenings. He does his homework in the evenings. It costs a lot of money to build this hospital. It costs a lot of money to build this hospital. Okay, now our second subject, we use frequency adverbs, okay? We use frequency adverbs with present simple. We use frequency adverbs with simple present time. What is a frequency adverb? What is it? It is, for example, always, never, often, usually, sometimes. It's with frequency adverbs, we use present simple. What are they? They are always, always, always. Never, never has a negative meaning. Never, never, never. Usually, usually. Sometimes. If we give a percentage of how many times I do this, always 90%, 90%, always, never, 0%, okay? I never do that. Oh, usually 80%, but sometimes 50%. I sometimes do. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't do, okay? So, where we put these frequency adverbs? We put these frequency adverbs between the subject and the main verb, okay? Let's give example. Su, 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 su. Su always. Sue always get up early. Sue always get up early. Here, look, this is frequency adverb. It shows how many times a day, a week, or a year I do this verb, okay? I do this verb, okay? I am the doer, for example. Subject. Sue gets up. Sue gets up early. But how many times a year? Always. That means 90%. 10% she doesn't do, but 90%? 90% she does. She gets up early. Okay? That's a habit. Sue always gets up early. I never eat breakfast. I never eat breakfast. How many times do I do this verb? Never. 0%. Zero. Never. I never eat breakfast. We often go away at weekends. We often. Often is another frequency adverb. Often. We often go away. Go away means go out of the city. Go away at weekends. We often go away at weekends. Often is a frequency adverb. Frequency adverb. So what is the percentage of often? What's the percentage of often? Often, for example, 60%. Okay? 60%. We often, many times, okay? We many times go away at weekends. We often go away at weekends. Mark usually plays football on Sundays. Mark usually play football on Sundays. I sometimes walk to work. I sometimes walk to work. Okay. Now they are all affirmative sentences. They are all affirmative sentences which has a positive meaning. Now we do sentences with negative. Okay? Negative means I don't do it. Okay? I don't do it. For example, I eat hamburger every day. This is an affirmative sentence. I eat a hamburger every day. In affirmative sentences, we don't use anything, okay, before a verb. But in negative sentence, we use don't. This is the short form of do not. Okay? Do not. So, we use don't with negative sentences. Or, for example, I don't drink water every day. I don't drink water. I don't read a book every day. I don't dance every day. I don't finish my homework every day. Okay. He plays the piano. He plays the piano. But I don't play the piano. Okay? He plays the piano, but I don't play the piano. 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 So, what's the difference? I play the piano very well, okay? I play the piano. This is an affirmative. So what is the negative form of this? Just put do not, okay? Before subject, before verb. I do not play the piano. I do not play the piano. I do not play the piano, but he plays the piano very well. So, what is the difference? I play, but I do not play. So, between subject and the verb, we use do not here, okay? We use do not here. For example, let's give an affirmative sentence with subject she. She speaks English very well. She speaks English. Okay, she speaks English. But in negative sentence, we use does not. Okay, she does not speak. She does not speak English. Yeah. She does not speak English. So what is the difference between these sentences? She speaks, but she doesn't speak English. In negative sentence, we use does not between the verb and between the subject and the verb. We use does not. You can write in short down doesn't, okay? Doesn't. You can write here doesn't, or you can write here don't in short form, in contraction, okay? You can say I do not or I don't. Here she does not or she doesn't. They are the same things. She does not or she doesn't. She doesn't speak English. She doesn't speak English. There are two differences. First, we used here does not. The second one is S comes here. She speaks. She does not. S comes here, but look here, they are not the same. So we omit S here, okay? We don't use another S here because S comes here, okay? From the first sentence, we S here, okay? And put it here, and S is used here without S, okay? So, she speaks English, but in affirmative sentence, okay, she speaks English, but in negative sentence, she does not speak English, not speaks, okay? She does not speak English. Okay, let's give some other examples. Maria speaks 4 languages. The shops in the city center usually opens at 9 o'clock in the morning, or shop. Which one? Or close, or open. What we'll use here? The shops close or open. Okay? The shops open here or close here. Shall we use here S, like here, the shops closes or opens? No, we don't use, because the subject here is they. With plural forms, with they, we don't use S, so we erase S here, okay? We don't use here S. The shops close or open here at 9 o'clock in the morning or in the evening, okay? Tina is a teacher. She teaches mathematics to young children. She teaches mathematics to young children. The city museum closes at 5 o'clock in the evening. The city museum closes at 5 o'clock in the evening. My job is very interesting. My job is very interesting. I meet a lot of people. I meet a lot of people. Peter's car is always dirty. Dirty. Peter's car is always dirty. He never washes it. He never washes it. We put es here because with subject he we use s with the verb. Okay? He never washes his car. He never washes his car. Food is expensive. It costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money. Shoes are expensive. Shoes are expensive. They cost a lot of money. They cost a lot of money. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. It's a general truth, so we use simple present tense here. It doesn't change. Laura and I are good friends. Laura are good friends. I like her and she or Laura likes me. Laura likes me, but I like her. I like her or I like Laura. You see the difference? When I say Laura, I use s here because she, the subject is she. So she likes me or Laura likes me. But I like her, not s here because I am the subject and I, with subject I, we don't use s. With only he, she, it subject we use s. So I don't use s here. I like her or I like Laura. Okay? Sue always arrives early. Sue is a proper name. Sue or she is a girl's name. So Sue always arrives early. I never go to the cinema. They are all sentences with frequency adverbs. Okay? I never go to the cinema. Martina always works hard. Martina always works hard. Children usually like chocolate. Children is a plural noun. So with plural nouns we don't use s. Okay? Children like chocolate. Okay? Children like chocolate because the subject is plural, they. We don't use s here, okay? We don't use s here. They like chocolate. The child, if we say the child, okay, singular, the child. The child is the singular form of children. The child likes chocolate, okay? The child likes chocolate because he is or she is, he or she. One person, but here more than one person. So this is the plural form of child. Child, children. Children like chocolate, but the child likes chocolate. The child, he or she, likes chocolate. Okay, let's continue. Jackie, another proper name, Jackie or he is a man name. Jackie always enjoy parties. Jackie always enjoys parties. I often forget people's names. I often forget people's names. I can't remember. Okay? I always forget people's names. Sam never watches TV. Watches. Okay? Sam never watches TV. We usually have dinner at 7 in the evening. We usually have dinner at 7 in the evening. I usually watch TV in the evening. I usually watch TV in the evening. I always read in bed before I sleep. I always read in bed. I never get up before 7 o'clock. I never get up before 7 o'clock in the morning. I never get up before 7 o'clock in the morning. I always go to work by bus. I always go to work by bus. She always drinks coffee in the morning. She always drinks coffee in the morning. Let's do some other examples with negative forms. Don't. I don't. Okay? Coffee. Would you like coffee? No. Thanks. I don't drink coffee. Would you like some tea? No. I don't drink tea. I don't like my job. I don't like my job. She doesn't drink coffee. She doesn't or does not drink coffee. She doesn't like his job. I do not play basketball. I do not play basketball, or I don't play basketball. They don't learn German. I drink coffee, but I don't drink tea. I drink coffee, but I don't drink tea. Sue drinks tea, but she doesn't drink coffee. Sue drinks tea, but she doesn't drink coffee. You don't work very hard. You don't work very hard. You don't work very hard. We don't watch TV very often. We don't watch TV very often. The weather is usually nice. It doesn't rain very often. The weather is usually nice. It doesn't rain very often. Sam and Chris don't know many people. Sam and Chris don't know many people. I don't like football. I don't like football. He doesn't like football. I don't like Fred, but Fred doesn't like me. I don't like Fred. I don't like Fred. Fred is a proper name. Okay, Fred is a proper name. I don't like Fred, or I don't like him. And Fred doesn't like me. Fred doesn't like me either. My car doesn't use much petrol. My car doesn't use much petrol. Sometimes he is late, but it doesn't happen very often. Sometimes he is late, but it doesn't happen very often. We use don't or doesn't plus infinitive. Infinitive means main verb, base form. We use don't or doesn't plus base form. For example, don't like, doesn't speak, doesn't do. I don't like washing the door. I don't like washing the car. I don't do it very often. Sarah speaks Spanish, but she doesn't speak Italian. David doesn't do his job very well. David doesn't do his job very well. Paula doesn't usually have breakfast. Paula doesn't usually have breakfast. Now let's come to questions, okay? Let's come to questions. For example, Ben and Sophia like classical musical. Let's transform this verb into question, okay? Ben and Sophia like music. Let's transform this into a question. First, yes, no question, okay? So, first we use Ben and Sophia, subject, they, okay? So, with subject they, we use do at the beginning of the sentence. Do they or do Ben and Sophia, it doesn't matter. Do Ben and Sophia like music? This is a yes-no question, okay? We give answers with yes or no. Yes. Yes, they do. Okay? Yes, they do. With short forms, with short answers, we use subject pronoun. We don't use a proper name, okay? Subject pronoun. Subject pronoun, these they refer to Ben and Sophia. Okay? They are the same. Ben and Sophia means they. So with short forms, we don't use proper names, okay? We just use subject pronouns. Here, they. Yes, they do. Or, no, they don't. Okay? Let's read it again. Ben and Sophia like music. Okay? This is an affirmative sentence. Let's change this into a question. Okay? Question. Yes, no question first. Do Ben and Sophia like music? Yes, they do. No, they don't. So, at the beginning of question, we use do here. Okay? This is an auxiliary verb of simple present tense. Okay? The auxiliary verbs of simple present tense are do and does. Okay? When we use do or does, we use do with I, you, we and they. Okay? We use do with I, you, we, they. And we use does with he, she, it. We use does with he, she, it. For example, he has shower. He has shower in the morning. He has the shower. He's shower in the morning. Okay, this is an affirmative plus. Now change this into question 1. Has, does. Here comes auxiliary verb do with S form. Okay, does. Now put the subject here. Does he have a shower? Does he have a shower in the morning? Yes, he does. Or no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Okay. Does he have a shower? So what are the differences between these two sentences? First, we put here an auxiliary verb, does. How we understand that we use does here? We look at the subject. If the subject is one of he, she, it, we use does, okay? We use does at the beginning, at the first place, okay? Then comes subject, he, then come verb as a base form without s, okay? As a base form without a s. So has transforms into have. Has is the form of have with s. Now we change has into have, base form. Okay, then we write object here. Object here. Okay, so he has a shower in the morning. Does he have a shower in the morning? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Okay, I go to theater. Let's change this into question 1. Do you go to the theater? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Do you ride a bike? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Do you eat in restaurants? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Do you travel by train? Yes, I do. No, I don't. The weather here is usually nice. It doesn't rain much. It doesn't rain much. Does it rain much here? No, it doesn't rain much. Paul has a cat. Does Paul has a cat? Paul has a cat. Does Paul have a cat? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Do you play the guitar? Yes, I do. Do you play the guitar? Yes, I do. Do your friends live near here? Yes, they do. Do your friends live near here? Yes, they do. Does Chris is a proper name, does Chris work on Sundays? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Does it rain a lot here? Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Where do your parents live? Now we have come to information questions, okay? With information questions, we want some information, okay, from the listener, okay? We want some information. For example, where? We put the question word here at the very beginning of the sentence, okay? Where do your parents live? Where do they live? Okay? Where do your parents live? This is an information question which requires some information from the hearer, okay? You are the speaker, he is the hearer or receiver. So you ask him a question about some information. Where do your parents live? They live in Canada. They live in Canada. Where do your parents live? They live in Canada. How often do you wash your hair? How often do you wash your hair? Once a week, twice a week, once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, daily. This is information, daily. What does this word mean? What does this word mean? For example, live. What does this word mean? It means living. Staying in the same place for a long time, okay? It is, for example, I live in Antalya. She lives in Canada. Okay? What does this word mean? Live. To stay in the same place for a long time, okay? How much does it cost to fly to Rome from Italy? How much does it cost? It costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money. Does Chris always work on Sundays? Yes, he does. He always works on Sundays. This is a yes-no question, okay? Does Chris always work on Sundays? This is a yes-no question, okay? Now comes an information question. What do you usually do at weekends? What do you usually do at weekends? I go to the cinema at weekends. I usually go to the cinema at weekends. What do you do? What is your job? What do you do? I work in a bank. I teach English at a school, at a high school, for example. Do they like music? Yes, they do. Does he like music? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I like chocolate. How about you? Do you like chocolate? I play tennis. How about you? And you, it means you live near here. You live near here. How about Lucy? How about her? Does she live near here? Yes, she does. She lives near here. Tom plays tennis. How about his friends? Do they play tennis too? Yes, they do. You speak English. How about your mother? Does she speak English? Does she speak English? Yes, she does. She speaks English very well. I do yoga every morning. I do yoga every morning. How about you? Do you also do yoga in the morning? Do you also do yoga in the morning? Sue goes away a lot. How about Paul? Does Paul also go away a lot? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Where your parents live? Where your parents live? They live in Chicago. Okay? This is an information question. Where do your parents live? They live in Chicago, in US. Do you always get up early? Yes, I do. How often do you watch TV? How often? Okay? How often? How often? How often means how many times a day, a year. How often do you watch TV? How often do you watch TV? I always watch TV in the evening, for example. I always watch TV in the evening. What do you want for dinner? I want some spaghetti for dinner. Do you like football? Yes, I do. Does your brother like football? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. What do you do in your free time? This is an information question, so give some information. What do you do in your free time? Playing basketball. I play basketball. Does your sister work here? Does your sister work here? This is a yes/no question. Yes, she does. Where does your sister work? Where does your sister work? This is an information question. So you give some information. Where does she work? She works in a bank. In a bank, you can say shortly. Does it snow a lot in winter in Antalya? No, never. It never snows in Antalya in winter. Do you usually read a lot before going to bed, or before you go to bed? Do you usually read a lot before you go to bed? Yes, I do. I read a lot. How much does it cost to phone New York? How much does it cost? How much does it cost to phone New York? It costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money. What do you do here? I teach English. What time do you get up? I get up at 7 o'clock. I get up at 7 o'clock. Do you watch TV a lot? Yes, I do. Okay? Do you watch TV a lot? Yes, I do. Or no, I don't. I never watch TV. I never watch TV. Okay. Let's finish our lesson here. Today, to sum up, we have learned simple present tense. Okay? Simple present tense. It is in present. Present means it is here all the time. Okay? Present means here. It's here all the time. So it is used for everyday, for daily activities. For example, I wash my hands and face before breakfast. I wash my hands and face before breakfast. I do this every time, okay? Every time I get up. Today, yesterday, tomorrow. Okay? So we use this tense a lot. So you should learn this at once if you want to improve your English. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If it's so, please like my video, thumbs up please. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel and share it with the social media, please. I say good luck to everyone with English.